feels kind of weird sitting down recording a podcast for the first time in over a year, but it's good to be back. Hello guys, welcome back to the Moore Army podcast for the first time in over a year. Yes, finally, after all the waiting and all the planning and everything else and trying to get everything else into order and trying to get the time to do it as well. Yes, we are finally back here on the Moore Army podcast. Hope you're all doing well out there, guys. And most importantly, forgot to say to you, the Moore Army podcast Unleashed. So it is. This is a lot of you are asking the questions on social media. Is there going to be an Unleashed podcast? Is it going to be a podcast family friendly? No, it's going to be Unleashed, guys. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I am back to talk to you and answer your questions and give my views on certain things that's going on in the world and talk about different things that's going on with me. So yes, I am back for another run at this podcast caper. I've been doing it for quite a while now. But after all you guys contacting me for months and months and months and months, asking me, is the podcast coming back? Yes, I couldn't say no. I couldn't not bring the podcast back because a lot of you have been asking for it. So we are here. We are back. Today's podcast is going to be a bit of a sort of an introduction podcast back to trying to get back into the swing of things after being off the air for over a year. But yeah, I want to say thank you as well for everybody who has been contacting us, well, me, on social media over the last few days with your questions. It's been so overwhelming, all your questions and everybody asking me, what are you going to talk about in the podcast today? Are you happy to be back on the podcast? I just couldn't get over how many questions I've had over the last few days. So guys, thank you very, very much for everything over the last few days. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, got a few things I want to talk about today here on the show. And I also want to get into your questions later on as well. Got a couple of subjects I want to bring up today. But yeah, this is sort of like an introduction podcast back to try and get my feet back onto the table. As you probably listened to the podcast before, I sort of tend to say what I want and compared to what I do on YouTube. But yeah, it's great to be back. So it is. But before I go any further in the podcast today, I just want to give a shout out to our new partners of the Moore Army, our new partners and friends at FTBL Spot. If you want to go onto their website, which is ftblspot.shop. All you football fans out there, for your football boots, football shirts, classic football shirts, mystery shirts in the box, and more, go to their website, which is FTBL Spot, SPOT is, by the way, .shop. Check them out on social media. We announced a great partnership with them last week on our YouTube channel, where they sent us some unbelievable packages. They sent Lewis a pair of Adidas Predator boots. They sent me a lovely Bayern Munich shirt as a thank you for being partners with them. But also, if you go onto their website, guys, and use the promo code Moore Army, you get discounts on all your purchases. So that's Moore Army at the checkout, and you get some great discounts, by the way. So go to their website, check out all their stuff, check them out on social media as well, guys. If you're listening to the podcast here today on YouTube, the link for the description is in the description of this video. And if you're listening to us on YouTube as well, guys, don't forget to hit subscribe to the channel as well. I would appreciate it. But that's FTBL Spot, our new partners here at the Moore Army. So don't forget to go and check them out, as they are new good friends here to the Moore Army itself. So please, guys, go over there and give them some support. If you do support football, if you love football, you got to go and check them out, especially their classic shirts. Really, really cool stuff on there. So it's ftblspot.shop, and also their social media feeds, which you can find on Instagram, Facebook, and more. Anyway, what are we going to talk about today? God, got loads, well, not so much loads to talk about today. One quick question I want to answer as well before I continue into the podcast today. A lot of you have been saying to me, Matthew, what's the crack with the video podcast? Is it coming? Guys, I've been trying to sort of reorganize. I was going to try and build like a little studio here in my home. Like a wee temporary studio to try and use for the podcast. But trying to get the stuff in and trying to organize stuff and try and shuffle things around the house and stuff like that. It is going to come eventually. I am going to do a video podcast. It will come. I promise you it will come eventually. Just need to give me a bit of time. But for the meantime, it will be available here as you listen to me on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever. But a video podcast will be coming. Because a lot of you have been saying, when you come back, are you bringing the video podcast back? Are you bringing it back? It's coming. Just give me a bit of time. I've got the cameras and all, guys. I'm just waiting to get some other stuff in, and I will do it. It will come. The video podcast will come. Don't worry. Don't wet your panties. Don't get your knickers in a twist. It is coming. So a lot of you have been asking me, is there going to be a video podcast? It is coming. Jesus Christ, calm yourselves down. Don't have to pull your hair out. Well, in my case, you don't pull your fucking hair out, but we'll say no more about that. But anyway, yes, the video podcast is coming. So please bear with me. I'm trying to reorganize a few things and trying to get everything organized. So please bear with me. Anyway, what have I been up to since the last time I've done the podcast? Well, if you watch the YouTube channel, the Mirror Army podcast YouTube, or Mirror Army YouTube channel, you know exactly what I've been up to since the last time I spoke to you on the podcast. Where have I been? I've been to England multiple times. I've just been up to my usual stuff. Thursday's podcast, guys, I want to talk about mental health on this Thursday's podcast, because obviously if you watch my YouTube channel, you obviously understand and know that I've been through a bit of a struggle the last wee while there. And I obviously announced it on my YouTube channel there nearly a year ago now, and I want to talk about mental health, because obviously on the podcast previously, when I was on the podcast beforehand, a lot of you guys used to contact me about, you know, different things about mental health and whatever else, and we briefly touched the subject. But obviously, if you know my story, I want to share it with you guys on the podcast on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be straight to the point, no backdoors, no bullshit, just literally me telling you the truth about what's going on with me. Again, I obviously explained a little bit on the YouTube channel, but again, you know, we can only say so much on YouTube now, because obviously all the fucking woke tards are out there and they're fucking trying to cancel every opportunity they can get you to do so. But yes, guys, I want to talk about mental health in the podcast. A lot of you have been asking me to talk about it as well over the last year or so. When I said maybe whenever I bring it back to the podcast, would I talk about my journey, which I'm going to do this Thursday. So if you're easily offended by what I want to tell you on Thursday, then you don't want to listen to Thursday's podcast. But anyway, yes, that's going to be coming up on Thursday's podcast, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to give you the full insight of what's going on with me, what exactly happened to me, and obviously if you have any questions or anything you want to ask me on Thursday's podcast, then certainly contact me on the email, which is mirrorarmypodcast@yahoo.com, or you can contact me on social media. Because I feel like it's now time to share my story with people. I wanted to do it on YouTube, but again, you know what people are like. They're fucking easily offended, or they cry, or they're, delete that video, it's too stuff. Honest to God, it's a nightmare. At least with the podcast, you can sort of, you know, get more out there. But if you've anything you want to ask me, guys, go ahead and do it. You know me here at this podcast, I say whatever I want, and that's why it's unleashed. A lot of you guys want the unleashed version of the podcast, and that's why it's here. But yep, coming this Thursday, we want to touch the subject briefly about mental health. So stay tuned for Thursday's podcast, because I'm going to go all out. No backdoors, no questions unanswered. So I will see. It's going to be an interesting one on Thursday for you guys as well. But anyway, before we get into any more subjects, I know obviously I don't want to talk about football all the time in this podcast, because a lot of you guys do talk about me in football. But I just thought I'd throw it in here because it's the first podcast back. Liverpool are league champions. I'm such a happy son of a bitch. I know you're going to probably think, oh God, he's talking about Liverpool again. Fucking hell, here we go. Liverpool. No, just thought I'd throw that in there. Liverpool are league champions for the 20th time. And you all know I love Liverpool. So, yeah. Just thought I'd throw that in there for you, just to rub it in there, because I don't get a lot of fans listening from different clubs like Arsenal, Man United. No, what about Man United, by the way? Where's their season won since the last time I spoke to you? Yeah, I'll say no more about that. Championship football next season. Anyway, I'm only winding you up. One thing I want to talk about as well about that, there, obviously Liverpool had their big parade on the day after they got the trophy. But what happened after the parade was absolutely fucking disgusting. I don't know, I've done a wee short video on social media to talk about this, but I want to talk about it now briefly before I talk about other things as well. Because of course there's some things I want to talk about in the next couple of minutes as well, which will probably make you be more interested. I want to talk about our lovely new Prime Minister, Mr. fucking stupid Keir Starmer, and I want to talk about other things as well. But anyway, yep, the Liverpool situation, because a lot of you have been asking my views on it, because you all know I go to Liverpool quite a lot every year. I go to the matches, I go and watch them and stuff like that, but my view on it is, on the Liverpool situation, I give a brief view of it on a little short videos on the Facebook page, Moore Army Facebook page, and obviously my Instagram personally. But today I wanted to talk about it briefly. What a scene. People were over there having the time of their life. Now, me and Lewis were supposed to be there, and we didn't go because Lewis had exams. What a godsend. Because the street that it happened on is a street that we'd sometimes stay on, and the street next to it as well. And that street as well, Mum and Dad have a wee place they stay on there too as well whenever they go to Liverpool. We were going to go to the parade, guys, but we didn't go, thankfully. But what can I say about that guy getting into that car and driving through those innocent people? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, how can anybody just... I don't know, obviously they're saying he was on drugs and stuff like that, but my question is, first of all, how the hell did he get through the street? Because the street was cordoned off. Now, they say he came in behind the back of an ambulance. I don't know. But there's police everywhere. So how did this car get through? You know what I mean? How did this car get through that and then decide to fucking plow through people? And the fact that made me turn my stomach even more, the fact that there was 4 people trapped under the car and one of them being a child. I mean, there's innocent people there having the time of their life. People from everywhere. I mean, I know people, friends, good friends of mine who were there. People I know from local football were there. Hell, my best friend who is no longer with us anymore, which I've talked to you before about, his sister was there with her son. Now, obviously, thank God they were nowhere near that incident. They were on down towards the Albert Dock. But even fucking so, the fact that the videos are just fucking horrendous. Absolutely horrendous the way he just plows through those people. You know, and the thing that really baffled me, now, guys, I'm not racist. I don't give a shit what anybody says, and I'm going to talk about another incident in a minute in relation to immigration and stuff like that, because a lot of you have been asking me about that as well. How quick they were to determine he's a white British male from Liverpool. And then when the Prime Minister was asked later on that night, it was really weird to see how quickly they identified this man, and he couldn't answer the question. But irregardless, whether the person came from or whatever background they came from, how anybody can get behind the wheel of a car, I know obviously he was on drugs and stuff like that, or so they say, but what the fuck was his motive? You know what I mean? Then people are standing there enjoying the parade, friends, family, people from all around the world, Europe, people from everywhere, we're all together as one, celebrating Liverpool winning in the league, and, you know, it was all fun and games, and everybody was having a great day. Okay, the weather was a bit shit and all, but fair enough, who cares? But that fucking, I don't even know how to describe him, decided to get into that car and go, fuck you, I'm going to plow right through those people. And when it happened, literally my phone blew up. Like, people contacting me on social media, friends texting me saying, oh my God, did you see this? Did you see that, Liverpool? I'm thinking, I've just watched the parade all day. You know, I'm just sitting down here going, oh, what? What are you talking about? As soon as I turn the TV on, you know me, I don't watch the news because the news is full of shit. All the crap and propaganda they feed out to us now. Because you know my thoughts on BBC and ITV and all, but I've obviously said my views on it over the last while I was on the podcast before. But when I turned it on, it was like literally an hour ago, I was watching Liverpool go through the front of the Albert Dock with the trophy, and the whole Liverpool was fucking lit up on 1.5 million people, and there was flares everywhere, and people were singing and dancing and hugging each other. People from all around the fucking world were there, having the time of their lives, enjoying Liverpool winning the title. And then an hour later, some fucking lunatic decides to drive his car through people, and you know, thankfully, nobody has died. Thankfully. Touch wood. Thankfully. Which is a good thing. But even so, there's fucking kids in that crowd. Now, for what I've been reading and hearing, I haven't really been checking up on the case the last few days because I've been too busy and stuff, but apparently this case has been put on hold till November. Why? Why is he just put in fucking jail? Well, apparently they're holding him, but they need to throw the book at this guy. Now, after watching some of the videos, I have a few sort of skeptics of what exactly has happened afterwards. One particular video that I seen was right beside the police van. And the guy who they claim was the driver was on the floor being arrested. And he was in cuffs. But they were putting another guy in the van. About 10 cops trying to put him in a van. So this is a question for me. Was there more than one guy in the car? I don't know. Another video of before he ploughed through the people where he tried to reverse back into people. This was right beside the car. When the driver's side door was lying wide open. They say this guy's like 53, 54 years of age. The guy on the driver's side, in my opinion, didn't look that fucking age. He looked a lot younger. But again, this is just me for what I can see. Now, I'm not blaming anyone or saying differently what's going on, but again, it's a live case and you can't really say very much, but I'm only going from what I've fucking seen in them videos. But again, who would do that? What type of sick son of a bitch would get in the car and do that? And I really hope that they throw the book at that bastard and lock him up for a long time. Now, fair enough, they were saying at the start it was attempted murder and this and that, but now they're saying it's an extreme GBH. He fucking plowed through people with a car. Jesus, mother of Christ. The guy went through people like they were fucking a bowling ball and down the bowling alley and through bowling pins. You seen them all popping over the top of the fucking car. There's 4 people trapped under the car. How the hell is that GBH? That's fucking attempted murder. When I seen that, I just couldn't get over it. Now, obviously, I tried to ring my friends who were there, contacted people, text people who knew were there. It took them a while to get back to me, but they all got back to me, and I was really grateful and thank the Lord that they were all safe and well, and they all got home. But fuck me, like, unbelievable. And that clueless fucking Prime Minister, which I want to talk about in a wee second, Mr. Starmer. Like, my good God almighty. Oh, it turned my stomach. As a Liverpool fan, it turned my stomach. And not just as a Liverpool fan, because you all know, guys, if you watch my vlogs on YouTube, you know I love Liverpool. I love the city so much. It's like a second home to me. You know what I mean? I've been there many times. You know, I love the place. I've had so many great memories there over the years, especially with my kids. You know, and just to see that, you know, it's just absolutely horrendous. But in closing, my thoughts and prayers go with the families of the victims that day. And I hope that this guy, who they have, gets the fucking book through at him and he gets locked up for a very long time. So he does. I really do. But it's just, makes me sick. Just even when I first saw the videos pop up on social media, it was like, oh my good God almighty, how can anybody do that? But this is the world we live in now, guys. The world's just going fucking bonkers. And this is the next subject I want to move on to. The world is going fucking bonkers since the last time I spoke to you in the podcast. The world is going absolutely fucking doolally. You know, I could sit here for hours and talk about what's going on in the world at the minute. Mass immigration, a clueless Prime Minister, Northern Ireland government couldn't run a fucking bath, never mind a country. You know, you can't say very much anymore because you're all automatically cancelled. And I wouldn't be surprised if anybody reports this podcast. To be quite honest, I don't really care, to be honest, either. You know, and since the last time I spoke to you in the podcast, Keir Starmer is running the country. Absolute clown. Doesn't know what he's doing. He has lied to people. He has screwed over farmers, old age pensioners, people with disabilities especially. You know, he's letting thousands of fucking illegal immigrants into the UK every single day. And he's running around like fucking, I don't know, he has that stupid deer in the headlight look on his face. You know, and a majority of people want him out. And now because he's losing the voters, he's now trying to cover his tracks and change a few things to try and make himself look good again. Well, I'm sorry, Keir, but you've bullshitted the country too long and you've bullshitted too many people too long, and we all want you out for a lot of reasons. And the one main thing a lot of people have been asking me to talk about is obviously, because we talked about it on the podcast beforehand about, you know, different people's in different walks of life. I've had questions on this podcast over the years, you know, people's different backgrounds. I remember talking about people with who've been in jail, out of jail, people who struggle to live, mental health, all different walks of life. And to see what's going on in the world since the last time I done a podcast, every time I see it, it just makes me feel more and more sick. The government, a lot of people are saying, the UK's fucked. Other countries are laughing at the UK, and obviously we're part of the UK being Northern Ireland as well. Ireland itself down south is the same. And it's all down to a lot of different things. Now guys, you know me. I've said this before in the podcast openly. I have worked with people from different countries. I have friends who are from different countries. I've worked in care homes, retail, all different places. I've worked in call centres with different people, offices with people from different countries. I don't have a problem with different people from different countries. If you come into this country, the UK or Northern Ireland or Ireland, even down south, and you come into the country to work like everybody else, pay your taxes and be a good citizen like everybody else, that's fine. But if you're coming into this country and causing nothing but problems, causing violence, and a lot of other things as well, which should not be happening illegally, and you're in the country illegally, then in my opinion, you should be shown the door. Now, since the last time I spoke to you, Mr. Donald Trump is now also the president of America, and he is literally on a rampage, stopping all this fucking nonsense that's going on in the world, all this wokey crap that's been going on over the last lot of years since all that COVID crap. And a lot of people, all the wee lefties on the left side are going, oh my God, Donald Trump, no, stop what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. Listen, he's bringing the world back to fucking normality. The world is going absolutely doolally over the last lot of years, especially when, you know me, guys, I talk about Mr. Biden when he was in charge. That Abbey man should be in a fucking care home. You know, but when it comes back to our government has literally fucked this country and England and Scotland and Wales. I've talked about this in the podcast many times over the years, about, you know, the times of Matt Hancock, Boris Johnson, fucking Jeanette McCranky up in Scotland, you know, all the different things. Your man in Wales, the miserable born old fucker who was just literally watching paint and dry, watching him on TV. We've had Rishi Sunak, who looks like Roland Rat, who couldn't, again, run a bath in the country. Now we've got fucking Keir Starmer, who's an absolute clown. You know, but when it comes down to the main problem at the minute in the UK is mass immigration. And again, it's happening everywhere. So it is. And again, I'm not being racist here, guys. I'm just being honest. I don't mind people coming into this country legally and having, obviously, wanting to set up a new life and all. That's completely fine, because people from the UK move to other countries too as well and set up new lives to the likes of Spain, France, Germany, America, Canada. You know, and that's absolutely fine. But when there's coming in, and the majority of these people are coming in are men. Men coming in, and they're causing problems. Not them all, but some of them. For example, where I live here in Northern Ireland, a recent incident at Ballyholme Beach in Bangor, County Down, where innocent people were hit and attacked by 3 men, for what I was made aware of. Don't quote me on this, but they were from a different country. Don't know whether they're illegals or not, I don't know. Other incidents across the country. Heard about one yesterday in Ballymena. Heard about ones in Belfast all the time. Then you look down south. They're fighting like mad down south to get them out. Over in the mainland, they're coming in day by day by day by day. Sometimes 1,000 a day are coming in off boats, being brought in, put into 5-star hotels, 3 meals a day, everything all paid for them, clothes, phones, you name it, all given to them. But an incident happened here in Bangor a few weeks ago that really broke my fucking heart. A war veteran had a breakdown in this town and wanted the police to shoot him because of the way the world is right now and the way the country is. The man served in different tours in the army. I think he did say Iraq, Afghanistan. Again, I don't know. He has severe PTSD. He's had a breakdown because of what's going on in this world, the way everything's being treated. It's like he feels like he's being treated like a second-class citizen in his own country, and he wanted the police to shoot him. He pulled out a gun in a taxi office, and lucky enough, the police managed to calm him down and get him away, and he was taken to court. Like, this is my view on it. That man needs help. He has mental health issues. He needs to be taken away somewhere and dealt with and given the proper help that he needs. Okay, what he done pulling the gun out was wrong. But again, he didn't injure anybody. He didn't harm anybody. That's fair enough. That's wrong. But the man had a breakdown. He's got severe PTSD from his time in the army. If this government locked that man up, it's fucking disgusting. But again, this is the world we live in. People are getting away with fucking murder now. You literally have to kill about 20 people before you go to jail. You know what I mean? It just baffles me. Like that incident at Ballyholme Beach. Those 3 guys or men or whatever they are got a small fine and a smack in the wrist and sent home. A young lad ended up with a broken jaw with metal plates in his jaw. Other people ended up assaulted. Nothing happened. And for what I read on the internet the next day, whether it's true or not, once they were released on bail, they were caught breaking their fucking bail conditions again at another beach a few days later. If that was anybody else, would they have went to jail? I don't know. This is the question that everybody keeps asking. What's going on with the country? Now, not just the mass immigration problem. Keir Starmer's fucking over people. The likes of the farmers. The likes of the pensioners. Last winter, taking their winter fuel payments off them. Why? Why are you taking their winter fuel payments off them? Pensioners sat last winter and froze their fucking ass off. And God knows how many died because they didn't have enough money to put on the heating or put on electric because they had their money taken off them. And then recently as well, people having their disability benefits taken off them. People who are genuinely disabled. And that twat stood on TV one day and went, well, yeah, we're trying to get people back to work and all, disability's not a... His party turned around and basically says that if you're, no matter what your situation is, you need to go back to fucking work. Excuse me? There's people out there who genuinely need that money to survive. Okay, we all know there's people out there who fucking buck the system and know and play on it and get everything under the sun. They know what they're doing. They've been doing it for years. They've got away with it. I don't know how the hell they do it, but they do it. But there's people out there who are genuinely need that money to survive, even for their cars to come in and look after them. And these fucking assholes are trying to take their money off them. So where's the money going? Here's the question. Where's all that money going to? All this foreign aid that Starmer keeps paying out, foreign aid, cut it out, get rid of it, keep it towards the country, rebuild the economy, bring back the people of the UK and Northern Ireland and even down south as well. Fuck the foreign aid, let our people sort their own countries out. You know what I mean? It's like, I could go on about it all day, guys. And again, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to be whatever you want to call me. I'm just telling the fact that the country is the UK, Northern Ireland, Ireland down south, Scotland and Wales are fucked because the government literally couldn't run a bath. And that's just being truthful. Quote me on it. Say what you want about it. Email me, call me, anything you want. I don't care. I'm calling for what I see. So, again, in my opinion, Keir Starmer's a clown. He shouldn't be there. He needs to be put out. He's as bad as Johnson was at the time. Mr. fucking bumbling Boris, remember him? The one who told you to stay at home, but don't stay at home, and go out, but don't go out, see your friends, but don't see your friends. You know, the guy who couldn't obviously organise a piss-up in a fucking brewery. When I see some of the things that's going on in this country right now, with the likes of, people being fucked over, people being farmers especially. I know a few farmers personally, and they are being screwed over big time. Big time. Big time. And to see them, protesting in the mainland, protesting everywhere, trying to get their voice heard, and the government's just sort of going, aye, dead on, whatever. Which is bullshit. Farmers are a key fucking thing in this country that keeps people fed, and the fact that they're being screwed over by the government. Anyway, I don't want to get too angry about it all because I could go on about it all fucking day. It makes me angry. Even I see Keir Starmer and he stands there with that stupid beady eye look in his face going, I don't even listen to him. I just switch off. He's a balloon head. Anyway, another thing I wanted to talk about as well is, again, the world's going bonkers. Everything's going crazy, you know. And I get people all the time on Instagram, fuck me, call me everything. They call me homophobic and gender phobic and blah, 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 blah. And I just look at them messages and go, whatever. See this whole way this world is at the minute about gender? Now, a lot of you are going to think, oh, fuck, here we go, Matthew, want to talk about genders now. Listen, let me tell you something. I've said this before in the podcast before, because a few people have been asking me what's my view on it, especially inside schools. Listen, the bottom line is, I always say to everybody, be who you want to be. Be whatever person you want to be. Go out there and live your life the way you want to live it. But whatever you believe in and whatever you do in your life doesn't necessarily mean that I have to like it and I have to believe in what you believe. So what gives you the right to go out there and judge me and others for not liking what you believe in and what your beliefs are? And what gives you the right there to try and cancel us, run us down, call us names? But if we come back at you with things like that, then we are the worst in the world. Answer that fucking question. I've had people come on to me from all different walks of life saying, oh, what's your view on LGBTQ? I've already spoke about it. What's your view on this? What's your view on that? Look, listen. I have gay friends. I know people who are lesbians. I've known for years. I haven't got a problem with that. Only problem I have is with these fucking oddball, creepy, weirdo, window-licking fucking arseholes who go around dressing as animals with muzzles on their face and dressed up as cats and dogs and believe in their sick, twisted fucking minds that they actually are a cat or a dog. That's a crazy house mentality right there. And I don't care what you say. Anybody want to contact me about that, that's fine. But I mean, the stuff that I see online is just what the fuck is going on with this world? Why are they going around doing this? Is it for attention? What in the right frame of mind? You grew up as a normal boy. It's me, for example. I grew up in Belfast till I'm 12, moved to Bangor, go through a normal life, get married, have babies, everything's fine. Okay, the marriage doesn't work out, end up on my own, my kids grew up, and then all of a sudden I get up one day and go, you know something, I'm going to start dressing as a dog and a cat and put a muzzle on my face and walk around Bangor barking at people like a fucking lunatic. Seriously? What is going on with these people? What makes them think that they actually are animals? Or they're whatever the fuck they are? And then this is another thing too as well. All these different genders. Listen, here's the bottom line. You're born a man or a woman. You want to dress as a woman? You want to dress as a man? That's fine with me. You want to be trans? That's fine with me. But that gives you no fucking right to come to me and say, oh, you don't believe in me and all. I'm going to name and shame you. I'm going to fucking cancel you. I'm going to get you cancelled because you don't believe. Really? Really? Then go ahead and do that. Because I have a lot of friends, good few friends who I know are gay, who can't stand all that crap. And some of them have actually told me themselves personally when I ran into them. I've said, what do you think about all this lunatics running around, shoving it in people's faces, not literally but shoving it in people's faces and saying, oh, you must believe what I believe. Or they all look at me and go, I think it's disgusting. What the fuck are they doing this for? Why are they getting on like this? Because you know why? Because they're getting away with it. They're lunatics. They're fucking wired to the moon. Some of the stuff I've seen online, people stand going, yes, I'm genderqueer, mask, this, that, gender, and then they're going, okay, so what does that mean? And they can't fucking answer. I see a clip on, I think it was TikTok there a few months ago. This wee fucking arsewipe millennial fucking clown sitting on a podcast, and she's turning to this guy and goes, you're very misogynistic. And he looked down and went, well, can you explain to me what that means? What's your view of someone who's misogynist? And she just looked at him and went, can I please go? And he's sitting there looking at her going, but I only asked you a fucking question. They go out and spill this crap, but half of them don't even know what it fucking means. That's what really annoys me. Look, bottom line is, I have no issue with anybody on their sexuality or what their beliefs are, but don't fucking shove it in my face and say to me, you must believe this, you must believe that. If you don't believe it, then you're this and you're that. How fucking dare you blame me or cast judgment on other people who don't believe in what you believe in? Do you believe that I'm a normal straight man? Do you believe that in what I believe in? No, well then keep your opinions to your fucking self. So, I'm just clearing up a few things that's been going on in the world, guys, since the last time I spoke to you, and obviously what people are asking me on social media. What's your view on it? So again, if you want to live your life the way you want to believe, and if I meet you in the street and you go, oh, Matthew, I am X, Y, and Z, or I'm this, fair play to you. That's your way of living. Listen, you go and be you. You go and live your life. You be who you want to be. I don't believe in things like that personally, but at the end of the day, it's my prerogative not to believe what you believe in. You don't believe in what I believe in, so why should you judge me? So go you be you. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself. You know what I mean? But again, normal people are not allowed to have an opinion anymore, because if you have an opinion, then you get shot down. That's my opinion on it. But what do I know, eh? What do I know? I'm just a normal guy from Northern Ireland who has an opinion. What the fuck do I know? What do I know? You know what I mean? Anyway, moving away from all that nonsense. One final thing I wanted to say about as well. People are always asking about free speech and all. Do you think free speech is being taken away? It was for a while. I think people are starting to get more of it back again. Oh, I actually watched a funny video this morning of Ricky Gervais getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Some of the stuff that he said, guys, you got to go search it up online and watch it. Fucking hilarious. He was saying about the woke tards and all the wokeology and all this crap about people can't say this and can't say that, and all he said, but we push back. And he's right. If you don't like what people have to say, that's fine. The long gone the days where people can have an opinion on what they want to say and what they want to do. And if you can't say it, they don't agree with it, then they try and bury you. Listen, the amount of people I've had over the years contact me and call me, a racist and homophobic and call me this and that. Listen, keep your opinions to yourself. I don't care. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I live a very normal, simple life now. I don't bother many people. I get up every day. I do what I have to do. Whether it comes to work or kids or family or whatever, I do what I have to do. You know what I mean? I try and keep my life very quiet now compared to what I used to. You know what I mean? I don't bother with many people anymore. I keep myself to myself. Especially more so now that my kids are grew up and they're out doing their own thing now, and I don't see them as much because they're obviously got their own friends and partners and doing their own thing now. I don't bother with people. If people don't like the way I live my life, then basically struggle on there. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I live my life the way I want to live my life, and if people don't like it, then keep your opinions to yourself. But it doesn't mean I have to go around off chasing after people and saying, oh, look at them, I have to believe what they believe, because if not, then they're going to bury me. Fuck off, kiss my ass. Anyway, moving on. Let's get into some of your questions. I know I've been ranting for half an hour or so, but again, I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things after being off the air for a while. I want to try and start off with the Instagram, because I did put up my story yesterday asking you to send me in some questions, which I'm going to go and have a wee look now and see. If you give me 1 second. I had this opened up before I came on the air, but it's like, guys, when you haven't been on the air for a while, you know what I mean? So let me have a wee look here and see, where are we here now? Because I do have some questions here. There we go. Right. I'll go to Instagram first of all, then I'll check out the email, and then I'll go to the Facebook page afterwards as well. So, right, one here from _Philip W1 says, hi Matthew, are you close to returning to football with a new team? Even a return to one at least. That's one thing I didn't talk about actually, guys, in the podcast, what else I've been up to over the last year or so. I haven't been working in local football now for a year this month. It was just a situation where how can I put it? It just wasn't working out anymore, in my opinion, which I will talk about eventually. But I've been away from the Welders now for a year. And people ask me all the time, do you miss football? At the very start, guys, when I left football, I didn't miss it for the first month or two, maybe 3 months, maybe. But then as the season started going on, I thought, I'm starting to miss it a wee bit here. I'm missing getting up on Saturday morning, traveling around the country, and I'm missing the club. I'm missing being part of a club and I'm missing my friendships with people, and missing all the RG bargy of being involved in football. But Philip, you're asking me, are you close to returning to football? Do you know something? If the right offer came along, probably would go back to it again. But again, at the minute, I'm not involved in football. And I am missing it. I'm starting to miss it now because that's one season gone now where I haven't been involved. And I've been going to a lot of matches. So I have. Been going to local matches and all too as well. Big congratulations, by the way, go out there to my old first club I worked for, Bangor, getting promoted to the Premiership for next season. Fair play to them. But it's just, it's weird not being involved in it. And I am starting to miss it now. So I am, because I was involved in it for nearly 15 years. And then all of a sudden it was taken away. So, but I hope that clears it up for you. Hopefully get back to football very, very soon. Right, this is a guy here I've got to know quite well on Instagram, and obviously I met him once at Anfield as well. I think it was a Real Madrid game I ran into him. Crazy Scouse, what about you, my friend? How are you? What keeps you motivated to keep making content for YouTube? Well, I could break that question down for you. What keeps me motivated to keep making content? I just love editing, making videos. I know my videos haven't been up to standard of what they used to be, because obviously a lot of things going on personally in my life, like trying to sort out my mental health and trying to sort out my personal life and trying to sort out other things going on in my life too as well. What keeps me motivated? The audience, the fans, the viewers, the listeners of the podcast, everybody just keeps me going. Messages from people just checking in to see how I'm doing, keeps me motivated. And also making memories. So, just the viewers, the Mirror Army, the family, just keep me going all the time. I think if I didn't have my YouTube channel now and my fan base, I don't know where the hell it would be. That's just being honest with you. But, yep, Crazy Scouse, I'm hoping to run into him very, very soon over in Liverpool. Get a game with him, get a beer with him, get a catch-up. So, thanks for your message, buddy. I appreciate it. I want to hear as well saying from CDart481 on Instagram says, are you happy to be back on your podcast? Yeah, I am. I wish I had brought it back sooner. But again, life got in the way. Other things got in the way, which we'll talk about on Thursday. But yeah, it's good to be back. E_Wilson_42_ says, what made you want to bring back the podcast? And will Mirror Army Unleashed come back? Well, we're on Unleashed one now. What made me want to bring it back? The listeners, the fans, the people. For me personally, to sort of help with my what's the word I'm looking for? My journey through my mental health struggles and stuff like that. Because again, we'll talk about it on Thursday. I was going through a lot of issues which I was not talking about and stuff like that, and then obviously trying to help other people, but most importantly I wasn't helping myself. And I find the podcast very therapeutic, should we say, and that's a big word for me coming out of my mouth. But yeah, when we will bring back the podcast, that's the reason why. The listeners and the followers, and I love doing podcasts. I've done radio for years, I've done podcasts for years as well, so I love talking. Talk a lot of shit sometimes, but that's just me. Oh dear. Anyway, moving on. Let's go on to the email. We're going to ever email the podcast, guys. It's mirrorarmypodcast@yahoo.com. Let's have a look here and see. Right, okay. I've one here from David. David from Norwich. Oh, hello, David from Norwich. How are you? He says, welcome back from the podcast, Matthew. Long time no listen. Bit of a strange one. Long time no listen. Wanting to know if you have any holidays planned this summer. Will there be any summer vlogs with you and the kids on the travels this year? Great to see the podcast back. Look forward to seeing a video podcast on down the road. Okay. Summer holidays. as in a holiday, like a proper holiday, no. Lewis and I, for all you politically correct fuckers out there. Every time I say me and someone or Lewis and I always get some wee twat saying, you said me and him instead of you and I. Piss off, grammar police. Lewis and I are heading off to London and Glasgow in the summer, in the August time. As you all know, I've been going to London the last 2 years to watch wrestling with Lewis. I know, and a wee trip with Lewis and all to London, but now we're going to do it all over again this summer. We're doing Glasgow for a couple of days, and then we're flying down to London. We were talking about maybe going to Spain or something, maybe, either this month or next month, depending on how we can go. But the way things are going at the minute, it doesn't know, because Lewis is still in the middle of his GCSEs at the minute. I can't believe he's about to finish school. Heartbreaking. But to answer your question, like a family holiday like we used to have, no. Because Brooke is out doing her own thing now. As you've probably seen recently, Brooke and Lewis are not really in the vlogs as much anymore because they're out doing their own thing now and they don't want to be in the vlogs anymore as much. And it's teenagers. Because a lot of people keep asking me all the time, where's your mum and dad? And where's Tony in the vlogs? And where's Brooke and Lewis and stuff like that? Listen, guys, Brooke and Lewis are growing up now and they're out doing their own thing. And, you know, I can't stop them. Like, Brooke's 20 this year, and Lewis is 16, and Lewis has got his own wee life, and Brooke's got her own life, and they're out doing their own thing now. Like, Brooke was in Turkey last week on holiday with her boyfriend Paul and his family, and she had a great time, and she's doing her own thing now. She's a grown woman. There's nothing you can do. So that's why I want to try and change the channel and make it all more about what I'm doing now, and obviously maybe the family will drop in now and again. You know, the likes of Tony and things like that. Because people ask all the time, where's your mum and dad? And blah, 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 blah. They're all fine. So they are. So, but yes, holiday this year. Family holiday, no, but we are doing travelling this year. So we're in London for 5 days. So we're going to be doing 5 days of London vlogs. So we're going to be doing loads this summer in London. I mean, we're not going to be just going doing the usual stuff. We're going to be trying to make a lot of great content. I'm talking a lot of great vlogs coming up in London this summer. So stay tuned. We may get a couple of wee day trips away, or maybe a wee trip here and there. Because you know what I'm like in the summer, guys. I love to travel. So stay tuned. Because there is a lot of stuff coming up on the channel. Anyway, moving on to the next email. Who have I got here now? Let me see. Right, I've got Robert here. Where does he say he's from? Doesn't say. Guys, if you want to email me, put in where you're from. Even at the bottom, even if it's like Robert here, just put in Robert. Put in like Robert from, I don't know, Manchester or wherever you're from, or anywhere in the world, wherever you're from. Send me just put your name in so I can tell you where you're from. Okay, Robert wants to know here. Hi, happy back in the podcast again, Matthew. It's great to hear you unleashed as usual. Unlike YouTube, where all the politically correct arseholes can try and stop you from what you can say. Happy days, you're back. Great to see. Looking forward to hearing the first moment of first launches. Robert, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm here. I'm talking shite. I'm back on the podcast. So here we go. It's going to be fun. Right, let's get another one here from the email before we move into Facebook. Right, so here. I've got Juliet here. Oh, Juliet is from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Hello, Juliet from Canada. Fuck the hell, I've got a listener in Canada. Jesus, are you mad, girl, listening to me in Canada? Did you happen to stumble across the podcast when you were drunk? I'm only joking. Juliet wants to know, hey, Matthew, have you ever considered traveling with your family to Canada? Even though it's always cold here, would you ever consider coming to Canada? Well, I would love to take my kids to Canada, especially because of the snow. But the fact that somebody from Canada is actually listening to me, Jesus Christ. Am I seeing things here or am I drunk? Get a beer over there. I'm joking. No, thank you very much for that. Yes, I'd love to visit Canada someday with the kids. Love to. But yeah, thank you for your email. I do appreciate it and I hope you're keeping well. Canada, fucking hell. Canada, Jesus. The world's going mad. Right, let's go over to Facebook and have a look at the Facebook message before I hit the road. I know this is a bit of a clusterfuck, this podcast, obviously all over the place and talk about random shit, but I'm just trying to get my feet onto the table again. Let's have a look here on Facebook. Right. Oh, but before we go any further, big shout out to the Blackpool Northern Ireland Supporters Club, by the way, from Facebook, because they always comment and like stuff on our Facebook page, all at the Mirror Army Facebook page. Blackpool Supporters Club, Northern Ireland Supporters Club, I think I've got that right, or Northern Ireland Seasiders, whatever they're called. Big shout out to those guys over there because they go to all the Blackpool games. Oh, I'd love to actually get to meet up with them maybe at a game sometime because you all know guys, me and Lewis go to Blackpool and Fleetwood all the time. So, yeah, I don't think it'll be catch up with them. So I must get to meet them in person and maybe go to a game with them. So big shout out to those guys. Right, let's have a look here on Facebook. This fucking messenger thing decides to bloody open. Oh, I might have to go over to my phone here and use it actually. Hold on 2 seconds here to see if I can get it home. Facebook's been a bit of a pain in the ass the last few days, isn't it? Right, here we go. Hey Matthew, how you doing? My name is Eamon and I am from Ballymena in Northern Ireland. Okay, Eamon, how you doing? Just wanted to say I'm glad to see your podcast has returned. Can I ask you as well, do you have any passions in your life from whenever you were a child right up till now? My passions from a child was trains and buses. Can I ask you if you had any passions when you were a small kid? And do you still have those passions today? Thank you for taking the time to read my email and good luck with the podcast returning. Okay, Eamon. Sounds like a train spotter or a bus, was it a bus enthusiast or a train spotter? Yeah. Passions when I was a kid. Honestly, the only thing I can really think of is 2 things, and that's football and wrestling. That's being honest with you, Eamon. Well, what are passions that I used to have when I was a kid? That was pretty much it. Just football and wrestling. That was it. And Liverpool. That was it. And I'm still passionate about both of them to this day. That's pretty much it. So it is. But you obviously have your passions about trains and buses. Obviously, there's a lot of people out there who are the same. There's a very famous train spotter out there. What's his name? Francis Buchetti. He's becoming very, very famous because of his train videos. He's very popular on social media, and apparently now he's going to be coming in to take over. Is it not Top Gear, or is it fucking, what do you call it, or one Grand Tour? Apparently, it was raw rumors going around. Apparently, he's going to be one of the hosts. I don't know. He's a very, very innocent type boy. Comes across as very old fashioned, old school, very innocent type. A lot of people mock the wee fellow, which is a bit unfair, but again, it's his passion. You know what I mean? So, but yes, Eamon, thank you for your message. I appreciate it. But yeah, to answer your question, I always grew up passionate for football and wrestling, and I'm still watching it to this day. So thank you for your message. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Right, here, one here from Wendy. Wendy Crothers. Hello, Wendy Crothers. How you doing? Don't know where you're from, but you've sent me a message saying, hey Matthew, how you doing? What's your thoughts on the current Manchester United situation? Oh, Jesus. We're all Man United fans in our family, and we're all heartbroken after what's going on with our club. I know obviously you're a Scouser, but at the end of the day, you've been through the struggles in the 90s and the early 2000s. Can I ask you what your view on that is? Okay. Or my view on Manchester United now. I'm not going to be... I was going to start off with a joke, but should I start off with a joke? Okay. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only joking. Listen, every club goes through... the football world goes through changes. And again, Man United at the minute are in a bad situation. They finished low in the league. Okay, they got to the Europa League final, which they got beat. They're in a situation now where the owners are fucked the club up. The ground's falling apart. Everything's falling down around them. From being such a massive, successful club all the time to being where they are now. Okay, the Liverpool man and me could turn around and say, haha, fuck Man United. We put up all your shit for years. You were laughing at us when we were finishing 9th and 10th every year and winning nothing and whatever else. And now the shoe's on the other foot and all, which is fine. But for a club the size of Manchester United to be in the situation that they're in right now, as a Man United supporter, I wouldn't be best pleased. Obviously, I've been through it for years with Liverpool, fucking raging, the owners and all the mess abouts and all the crappy players that we had. Okay, we won a few trophies here and there, like the European Cup in 2005, and a League Cup, FA Cup. It was now called Europa League, but UEFA Cup and stuff like that. But never won a Premier League. And that was the thing that always used to piss me off. And every year we never came anywhere near it until a few times. And then obviously we won it in 2020. And then obviously we won it this year. My view on it, if I was a Man United supporter, I would not be best pleased right now. And if they don't make big improvements, they're going to be in serious trouble for next season. So they need to, as the old saying goes, get the finger out of your fucking arse and get it sorted. Because I hate to see any football club go down. Even if you don't like them and they're rivals and all, I always look forward to Liverpool Man United games every year. Hell, I was up in the ones the last 2 years at Anfield. So, again, if for worst come to worst, say Man United were relegated next year or they were relegated this year, that'd be catastrophic for United or any club, but a club of the size of Manchester United. But again, what's my view on it? For an outsider from another club looking in, if United don't get their finger out of their arse, they're going to be in more serious trouble. But thank you for your message. I'll do one more before I hit the road here. So let's have a wee look through the messages here and see who I have here now. Right, let's have a look here. Oh, Christ, see this fucking Facebook? It's doing my loafing. I don't know why I have to update my phone or whatever the hell it is. It's doing my freaking head. Right, I have one here from Kelly saying, "Hey Matthew, good to hear the podcast is back up and going again. Can I ask you a question about the UK government?" Oh Jesus, fuck, here we go. "Who do you think the next Prime Minister should be in England? And also, what's your view on the country here in Northern Ireland at the minute? I personally think the whole country is an absolute mess. How do we get ourselves out of this situation? And who do you think should be the next Prime Minister?" Oh, gee, I already talked about the Prime Minister today. Kelly, what should I say? Christ almighty, who should be the next Prime Minister? In my opinion, it should be Nigel Farage. But I've said that name. Oh my God, the wokies are going to be, the lefties are going to be on the podcast now, cracking and pulling their hair out and going, "Get that podcast shut down. He said Nigel Farage." Go fuck. For what I'm seeing, again, I don't really follow politics as much, but for what I see and for what is going on in the world, I think Nigel Farage should be the next Prime Minister. But whether it's going to happen or not, I don't know. Again, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Politics is corrupt as hell as anything. The situation in Northern Ireland at the minute, where should I start? Where should I start? Every time I turn on social media at the minute, all I seem to see in Northern Ireland is protests outside City Hall. On one side, you got people saying, "Free Palestine," and the other side of the fucking wall, you got people saying, "Oh, illegal immigration, get them out now, get them out. We're trying to save our kids and keep our kids safe," and blah, 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 blah. All these different protests. And then you got LGBTQ ones, and you got all these ones here, and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, I don't know. The world is going absolutely fucking doolally. I hope that clears it up for you. I think it should be Nigel Farage. Whether he fixes the country now, I mean, who is really going to come in and fix the country? Because the country's a complete fucking mess. So there you go. There's a question for you, Kelly. But anyway, thank you for your message. I really do appreciate it. But guys, that is going to wrap us up. I know I've obviously talked a lot of crap today. It's just me getting my feet under the table. I'll be more organised back here on Thursday when I'm back into more of a routine and obviously have subjects and stuff to talk about. If there's anything you want to hear me talk about on the podcast, you can get in touch with me. You can follow me on Instagram, which is official Matthew Moore. Send me a DM on there. You can also contact me on the Moore Army Facebook page. If you just search Moore Army YouTube channel and drop us a wee like or a wee follow on there, I would appreciate it. You can also email the podcast, moorearmypodcast@yahoo.com. Also, guys, I would appreciate it if you would give our new friends as well, FTBL Spot, a wee follow on social media. They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. I think they're on Twitter as well. They are, yeah. I think they're just new on Twitter. And their website, ftblspot.shop. Use the promo code MooreArmy to get your discounts on all your football boots, football shirts, mystery shirts in the box, classic football shirts, and more. Go and check them out. FTBL Spot. Yes, FTBL Spot. I'm speak today. FTBLspot.shop. Then, if you're watching this here on YouTube as well, hit subscribe below. But guys, would appreciate it. Coming on Thursday's podcast, as I said to you, I've got a really few touchy subjects I want to talk about. I want to talk about mental health. I want to talk about anybody out there who has experiences with mental health. Drop me a message. We can obviously talk about it. We've got a couple of other things we want to talk about too as well. So this Thursday's podcast is going to be a more organised podcast. We're going to have certain set subjects every week. We're going to have bits and bobs we want to talk about, but the main subject on Thursday's podcast would be mental health for this time around, guys, because I want to share my story with you. And obviously, if anybody out there wants to share any of their stories or any of their experiences, they can certainly get in touch with me. And again, if you don't want your name given out while I'm giving out your story, that's completely fine, because it's happened before here on the podcast. So if you want to get in touch, I would love to hear from you. Also, if you want to follow us on YouTube, you can go to the Mirror Army YouTube channel. Subscribe there, guys. We really would appreciate it. We'd love to get to 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Please, if you could, go over and give us a wee follow and check out all the great content on there. And also, guys, hopefully before the end of this week, our website will be up and running. Well, it is up and running at the minute, but we're going to have new merchandise dropping as well for the summer. mirrorarmy.co.uk. I forgot to plug that at the start of the podcast. mirrorarmy.co.uk. Get onto there, check out the merchandise on there we have at the minute. We're going to be changing it. We're going to get some new summer merch made as well. mirrorarmy.co.uk. Right, I'm going to go and leave you. I know I've talked a lot of shit today. I know I've got a little bit of all over the place, but again, I'm going to be more organised this week. But it's good to be back. And I'm glad that all you guys have wanted the podcast back, and I'm really glad to hear from you all. And if it wasn't for you guys, I would not be here. So thank you very much for that as well. I do appreciate all your support, and I love you all for it. And I will be back on Thursday to talk more shite with you on the Mirror Army podcast Unleashed. So much fun. Good to be back. Right, I need a fucking beer after this podcast. Guys, I'll see you on Thursday. Until then, as the old saying used to say back in 2020, stay safe. I'm only kidding. Have fun, guys. Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you on Thursday. Thanks for listening, guys.